Today I'm taking a look at two fragrances from a relatively new and innovative niche fragrance brand that launched in 2022 with a focus on modern, unconventional scents. Sly John's Lab is spearheaded by surgeon Helen Mintz, who are also behind the well-established brand Mint Parfums. Their mission with Sly John's Lab is to appeal to a younger and more progressive audience by crafting unique, high-quality fragrances that tell a story through scent, but just at an affordable entry-level price. As of 2024, there's currently 9 different unisex scents to choose from, and their first 7 creations were crafted by 4 world-renowned perfumers. They all come in an EDP concentration and are priced at just £85 for a 100ml size bottle, which puts them right in the designer price bracket, so perfect for anyone just looking to take their first steps into the niche fragrance world. I picked these up from Bloom Perfumery whilst I was visiting London recently, and I will leave a link to their website down in the description if you are interested in discovering some lesser known indie brands like these, or if you're just on the lookout for something a little bit more unique and quirky. And I'm not going to lie, I did actually semi-blind buy these because by the time I got round to sampling them, I'd gone a little bit nose blind after smelling so many others in the shop. So I kind of just did an eeny, meeny, miny, mo with them and just ended up with 2 that's probably lean ever so slightly more to the sweet, fruity and feminine side. So I won't waste your time if you've tuned in to discover a really dark, complex, heavy-eating, masculine beast of a scent. Okay, so this first one is called Sweet Lure, and it's an oriental fruity floral scent launched in 2022, and it's created by Dominique Molhausen. The top notes in this are orchid, bergamot, cinnamon, neroli and lily of the valley. In the mid we've got vanilla, powdery notes, heliotrope, tonka beans and spun sugar, and the base notes are amber, sandalwood, patchouli and moss. Okay, so Sweet Lure starts off bold, almost like a fizzy pop with a handful of berries and citrus thrown in for good measure. It's juicy and bright, giving a sense of like playful energy. Imagine the smell of fresh strawberries, raspberries and a hint of tart lemon, but don't worry, it's not overly sweet or juvenile. There's a slight tang that just keeps it fresh and lively, and it feels like the fragrance equivalent of a summer picnic with a cheeky little fun vibe. As it settles, it reveals its true candy heart. Think candy floss mixed with a soft vanilla cupcake, but it's so well blended and not too heavy whatsoever. It's as if the fragrance is just winking at you with its sugary sweetness, just in a way that says I'm playful but not over the top. You get some creamy, almost caramelised vanilla in here too, adding a little bit of warmth and depth. But by this time the floral notes begin to peek through, but they are subtle, like a few rose petals thrown into a bit of a jar for just a touch of elegance. There's nothing too overpowering, just a gentle touch that keeps things from being overly sugary. Once you get into the dry down, the aroma becomes softer and almost cuddly. The sweetness fades a little bit, leaving behind a smooth, creamy vanilla musk combo, and it feels like wrapping yourself up in a soft blanket after enjoying a sweet treat. It's cosy and comforting, and it's perfect for those moments when you just want to feel relaxed, but also smell like a little slice of dessert heaven. It's just about acceptable for a confident guy to pull off, but it's without doubt, it leans quite feminine in my opinion. But it's such a sexy, delicious scent that it'd be fantastic to smell on a woman. So guys, trust me on this one. With Christmas around the corner, and if you are ever struggling to find a nice gift for your wife or girlfriend, then this would be a perfect blind buy. This is a fragrance that just screams spring and summer, and it's light-hearted and fun and carefree, making it perfect for a sunny day out. You could wear this to a brunch, a day at the park, or even just a light evening event where you just want to feel flirty and fresh. Like I say, it's youthful but not childish, so it could easily suit a wide range of age groups. It's definitely a scent to grab when you want to keep things playful, and it's surprisingly long-lasting for a fragrance that opens with such light fruity notes. You can expect it to stay with you for a good 6 to 7 hours before it becomes a skin scent, and the projection I'd say is moderate, which means people around you will definitely notice it, but it's not going to knock them over. It's perfect for everyday wear or even a casual date where you just want to leave a nice sweet impression. It's a really good one, and I'd highly recommend that you check this one out. Okay, so the second one kind of speaks for itself through its name, and this one is called Cherry Passion. And since the launch of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry back in 2018, we've seen a few different interpretations based off the cherry note, with fragrances like Cherry Punk by Room 1015 and Indecent Cherry by Born to Stand Out being really good alternatives to the popular Tom Ford creation. It was actually the Indecent Cherry one that I wanted to try out myself when I was also presented with this. And I've got to say fair play to the salesperson for introducing me to this one, because it's half the price of the Indecent Cherry. And I do think it actually smells a little bit better too. The nose behind this fragrance is Julienne Plus, and the top notes are cherry, strawberry and almond. In the mid we've got rose, tuberose and jasmine, and the base notes in this are tonka beans, vanilla and sandalwood. Okay, so this one wastes no time showing off its star ingredient, the cherries. Think of biting into a ripe, juicy cherry on a summer's day, which is sweet but with a slight tartness to it, just keeping things interesting. This isn't the artificial kind of cherry, it's more of a fresh, vibrant cherry that feels like nature bottled up in a bottle just for you. There's also a subtle almondy note in there, making you think of like cherry pie without going on full gourmand dessert. It does obviously bear a strong resemblance to Lost Cherry from the initial spray, obviously because they both smell of the same fruit, but it's probably more comparable with the Electric Cherry Flanker because it's brighter, fresher and it's more of a tart version. I would also say that the Cherry Accord seems to stick around just a little bit longer than the Tom Ford, which is maybe due to the extra fruitiness from the strawberry and also the extra boost of sweetness from the tonka beans in the base. But after the initial cherry explosion, the fragrance does eventually start to settle, and this is where things get a little bit warm and cosy. The almondy vibe deepens, and there's a creamy vanilla that starts to wrap itself around you. But there's also a rich boozy amaretto type liqueur that just weaves its way through the heart of the scent, alongside a slight spiciness from the cinnamon, and it's just really intoxicating and addictive. It's a scent that you just can't stop smelling once you've sprayed, and it just makes you smile. But after a couple of hours, the bold cherry from the beginning fades into the background, and what's left is a creamy, almost buttery mix of vanilla and light spices. It's delicate but still noticeable with a whisper of sweetness, and just a hint of warmth that just lingers gently on your skin. In terms of performance, it's not a powerhouse that's going to last all day, but it does hang around for a good 5 to 6 hours before starting to really fade. For a fun fruity fragrance like this one though, that's not too shabby. The sillage is moderate, so it's not going to scream cherry across the room, but for those that are close around you, they're definitely going to get a whiff of that fruity goodness. It's a versatile little gem, and it feels fun enough for daytime wear, perfect for casual hangouts, brunches or even a date where you just want to keep things playful. But with its cosy vanilla and soft spices, it's also got enough depth to work for evening wear, especially if you want something that feels intimate and warm. So if you love cherries, this fragrance is definitely a must try. It's fun, sweet and a little bit spicy. A delicious combination that I think is really hard to resist. Okay, so that's a couple of fragrances from Sly John's lab, and hopefully I will be picking up some more of the others in the collection to tell you about in future videos. I think it's fantastic that you can pick up a 100ml niche fragrance for £85, because some Middle Eastern knockoffs are slowly creeping up to around that price point nowadays, so these are well worth checking out. Some of the others in this line include Indian Grass, which I presume is a darker, smokier scent because it contains notes like cannabis, patchouli, caraway, cardamom, incense and a host of other interesting notes, so that's one I'm really eager to try out. There's also Paradoxical, which is a fresh green woody aromatic, and the latest 2024 release is called Sky Veil, which is a blend of fruits, florals, leather, amber and mossy notes. So that's another one that I wished I'd maybe tried when I was down in the big smoke. But anyway, that's it for this little introduction to a brand that you may or may not have been aware of until this video. So have fun exploring them for yourself. And if you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. So until next time, stay safe, keep smelling delicious, and I will see you again very soon in the next one. So bye-bye for now.